All right, in the Lake Storey region, we got number 1 Zara Spook versus number 5 Meps. We're going to do a nature shot out here at the side of the pond. It's kind of cool. We got these sound, background, birds, the whole works. A little traffic too. Anyway, so we got number 1 Zara Spook, number 5 Meps. So these are both classic baits from the early days of my bass fishing. The Meps goes all the way back to the beginning. One of Dad's favorites. Said you only needed 2 baits to catch bass, and this was one of them. The other one will be coming up here in another region. Zara Spook, my brother and I bought these in a kind of a makeshift bait shop in Galesburg, probably about 1987 or so. This is the original one, actually. This one's, so what does that make it? 13, it's 32-year-old Spook right there, the original red and white one. Many other models have come and gone since then. I don't know the last time this one actually hit the water, but it took a while to figure out the way to work this thing, but once you did, it was magic and exciting. Addictive, explosions on the surface. For that reason, the Zara Spook is going to move on to the next round. Next up, we have a battle of spinnerbaits. Number 3 Blue Glimmer versus number 2 Booyah spinnerbait. This is a spinnerbait battle that began way back in the day with what was a Roland Martin Blue Fox spinnerbait. Was one of the first ones I ever had. In fact, the first spinnerbait I ever had was a homemade job that my baseball coach and PE teacher Gary Brewington Brew gave me years ago. I no longer have that bait, but boy, I can always remember after fishing for panfish, I saw this thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, how big is this thing? What's going to eat it? But little did I know, as aggressive as the bass were, it was no match. So it evolved down through the years. Like I said, the Roland Martin Blue Fox. There was Mann's Hank Parker spinnerbaits that I fished for a while. Then I got into the Blue Glimmer, and it was just fantastic. It was my go-to bait for a lot of years. Broke it back out a while back on Lake Storey. This is the last one I got. The one I broke out on Lake Storey, ended up getting a blade busted off of it. So it's been retired to the tackle graveyard as well. The latest spinnerbait here is this Booyah spinnerbait. I've been fishing these recently, last probably 5 or 6 years, and it's my go-to bait now. However, sentimentality is going to rule on this one, and I'm going to go with the Blue Glimmer to move on to the next round.